gosh, I don't even know how that happened, but what was the 2-hour fight that happened and we should break up? Good story. So basically, I'd had this really toxic relationship with this person that was just so crazy and so on and off. No pun intended, but it was very on and off. And it was the type of thing where we hadn't talked, we hadn't communicated, and so we got to a place where it was like, let's just talk. Let's just talk. We need to get everything out in the open and just talk and have communication if our relationship is ever going to work. So we decided to talk. The talk lasted 2 hours, and from my point of view, it was not a very productive conversation because it was like there was so much attacking in it. You know what I mean? Like, the conversation wasn't from a loving place. Like, it wasn't from this place of like, let's make our relationship work. You know what I mean? It was more of like, well, you did this and you did this and you did this and you stink and I don't like the way you live your life and I don't like the way you look and I don't like what you do and I think you're stupid and I think you're fake and I think you're embarrassing and I know all these things that you think that I didn't know, but I actually know. And it was like things were really like taken out of context because it was like basically like I was in a relationship with somebody, but it was like I didn't even know that they knew that I put out music. Does that make sense? Like I didn't tell them, which maybe is on my part, but I just like didn't tell them. And then they were like, well, I know you put out music and it stinks and it's really bad. And nobody should listen to it. And you should stop putting out music because you're embarrassing yourself. And I was like, that's really rude and really hurtful. That's really mean. And anyways, we started having this conversation and just this conversation about our relationship and what had happened, what went wrong. It lasted 2 hours. And basically, I had left that conversation being like, yeah, I'm done with this person. We should break up. We should not be in a relationship. This is not a healthy relationship and it's quite toxic and I'm done. Like for me it was the like I'm done. However, somehow for the other person that conversation to them was, "Oh, we have hope and we can totally make this work." And I was like, "How did you get that from that conversation? You attacked me and like told me that my music was stupid and that I should never put out music again, which is like really hurtful and really important to me. Why would you think that I'd want to be in a relationship with you after that?" And they were like, well, I told you how I feel. It felt so good to get that off my chest. I've been holding that in for so long. It felt so good to get that off my chest. I was like, we should break up. So, and then that was what I wrote the song We Should Break Up about, which, yeah. So that was a 2-hour conversation, and that was what happened. Yeah. Oh, somebody said they have a science exam. I'm so sorry. That stinks. Science stinks. Science exams stink. I don't know how you do it. Have you ever been gaslighted? I have been gaslighted. 100%. Basically, what happened is I was in a very toxic relationship, and in the toxic relationship, basically, the person was like very upset with their life, and they blamed it on me, and they blamed like all their problems on me, like legit, all of the problems, and like just made everything my fault and made me like question everything and kind of made me feel like, did I do something wrong? They made it like I ruined their life, and they made me feel really guilty for ruining their life. But then I realized I didn't do anything, you know? And because it can be really tricky, because sometimes people are really upset and they just want to blame somebody, and so they'll blame you and gaslight you, and so you feel like a terrible person. But then I actually talked to somebody about it and like told them what happened, and they were like, you literally did nothing. Like, you didn't do anything. You just like lived your life, and you didn't do anything to them at all. And I was like, I didn't? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That makes me feel so good, because I didn't mean to if I did. And they were like, no, you did nothing. That's crazy. And I was like, wow, I just got gaslighted. And that was what I wrote on and off about. So it wasn't your fault. Oh, thank you, Annie Tumbles. That's super sweet. You're very, very sweet. Ooh, I'll pray for you for your exam, because it worked last time. Dear God, please help RJ